So I was going to record this episode from Miami later this week and talk to you about where I'm at with getting the team set up for takeover while I'm on vacation, while I'm at the retreat, the For the Wild Femme retreat. And I wanted to let you know how I'm at the end of the week, tuning in from Miami, new vibe, how I'm feeling about having left Buenos Aires. And what's happened is that I just got a notice. Tropical Storm Nicole is heading for the south of Florida. And I may not be flying to Miami on Wednesday night. I don't know right now. I'm sort of just going with the flow, to be honest. I started getting ready for packing and all of those things. But there is like some flow happening and I don't really know. And so I decided that rather than telling myself that I'm going to be recording this in Miami, no problem, I would rather record it now while I'm still in Buenos Aires and know that if I'm in Miami Thursday, Friday, and I have the 2 days that I had hoped I had in Miami, I'll be able to record another fabulous episode if I feel like it. And if I don't, then it feels really good for me because it'll just open up the space. So now that I know that this episode will be recorded for the week while I'm at the retreat, now it's November 8th and next Thursday this episode comes out, I'll be able to have just space. And this actually ties into how I feel about having just finished scheduling out the tasks for my team to post on my social media pretty much daily, Monday to Friday until November 30th. And that is something that I hadn't done yet. And I had found myself resisting it a bit. And it was like, can I really plan this far out? And I like posting on the go. I like being really spontaneous with my content. I like being super intentional with my content. And I realized that I was putting up resistance and standing in my own way to having this space open up. And it was a really bizarre experience. But now that I have it and I've released some of the gripping and the controlling, I see how this gets to feel really good, because by having this extra space and time open up in my calendar, I'm able to serve my clients very intentionally. I am able to create from a place of abundance, really, and not pressure at all to create content, which I honestly have so much content that I don't often feel the pressure to create. I am a content creator. This is what I do. But sometimes I also get into a vortex of always creating more and more and more, and nobody ever sees the light of, it doesn't see the light of day, which I'm changing now. But having this plan and embracing doing things differently and embracing getting the support for my team. I think that's the thing too. It's like knowing that posts are going to go out and they're being posted and scheduled out every day, and it's done already. It feels really good. It's in line and intentional with what I want to share this month, what I believe is important for you to know in your business. I'm going to sprinkle a lot of gold around content creation. I am a content creator. I have an epic content program that is that I've actually created over the summer months. And because of everything that was going on, I never actually sold the program publicly. My clients, my private clients had access to it. My CEO Club clients had access to it, but it never went beyond that until recently. And I started talking about it on my socials. So I'm really excited to talk about content creation and some of the pieces that are really important and how we can make sure that our content connects and converts and all of these pieces. And also there is really a piece within content creation that is quite strategic, and it gets to feel good. And I think one of the really key pieces here that ties in with having the support is when we don't feel supported in our business, or when we keep doing everything on our own sometimes, but it's really that support piece. We are quite under the pump all the time. And when we're under the pump, when we're feeling pressure, when we feel like we have to post something or do something, content creation and creation in any sense doesn't really flow. It doesn't flow for me. It doesn't flow for a lot of my clients. Maybe it flows for you. I mean, we're all different. So never say never. But generally, I find content creation becomes this drag. It becomes this like, oh my God, what am I going to post kind of scenario. And it's really because we're not held and supported. Maybe not held and supported by other people, like a team that can do things for us, but also when we're not feeling held and supported by a strategy, when we're not feeling held and supported by a process or system, when we sort of approach everything in our business from, oh, I'm just going to decide today what I'm going to do kind of scenario, rather than being more proactive and really thinking about, what would feel good and what allows me to set myself up in a way that creates space for me to show up more if I want to, or to take up space for myself if I want to, and to have this capacity to serve more clients. So when we're not feeling supported, whether it's from people or whether it's in a strategy or whether it's with a process, when we're not feeling supported, when we don't really have this plan in place, we're kind of all over the place. And this is exactly the time too, where I find the kicking and screaming gets the worst, even around doing things or implementing things that would actually help you to get what you want. It's like we are fighting the thing we need to do in order to be able to feel or create, I should say, what we want to create and to make our life easier. It's like we fight it. It's like sometimes in business, we know hiring somebody, hiring an expert, maybe it's myself, to come into your business and actually create a strategy for you and a plan for you and a client path for you and a product suite for you and all these beautiful things, and create a scalable business model for you that gives you the support and structure so you can grow and scale your business with more ease and have more time to play. Might sound incredible, but you might find yourself resisting it because you're like, oh, I don't know, but then I have all this structure and I have to do all these things. But the thing is, by actually having all that stuff in place, the doing becomes easier. It becomes more effortless, and the space and time that opens up for you to show up and do what you do best actually allows you to be more creative, to be in more flow, to have more space, which is ultimately what you would want when you're bringing somebody in. Same thing if you're hiring someone on your team, right? If you're hiring somebody to help you with your social media, if you're hiring somebody with your content creation, if you're hiring someone for maybe graphics, like whatever it may be, when we are allowing ourselves to bringing in support and we embrace it, it gives us the thing that we want, which is often more time for us to do the things that we want to do, to be focused on the things that we want to focus on, or to play and have fun, right? To have more time and space. But having the person coming and then changing the way we're doing things requires us to let go of stuff. And it requires us to do things differently. And that initially brings up this resistance. So we're back to kicking and screaming. So bottom line here is we can stand in our own way a lot. We can be like, oh, but I had this plan. Like this week, right? Like I had this plan to record this episode from Miami. I was like, it's going to be great. Like I'm going to be really in tune with how does it feel by the end of the week. And you know what? I'm there already. It's Tuesday. I've got the team set up. They're good to go. They know what they're going to do for the week. Actually, I have a plan until November 30th. Things are in motion. It feels really good for me to know that this is what's happening now at the end of this week when I'm in Miami, because I'm sure it'll figure itself out. I might just end up getting there delayed or a day later, but I'll be in Miami probably for at least a day and maybe both days. I mean, you never know. But what ends up happening, I'm going to have space and time while I'm there. I might record another podcast episode while I'm in Miami because it feels good. I may not. I might just relax by the pool and have a good time and get ready for my vacation and enjoy the fact that I have actually set myself up for success and that I have a team who takes care of things. I'm going to be excited to go through all the amazing applications that came in for the mastermind and pick the 10 entrepreneurs that are going to have a spot for that 10-day experience with me, which I'm super excited about. And I can show up. I can show up and talk about what I'm up to in Miami, feeling really good about the time and space. So I could have kicked and screamed about the fact that now, today, I have to record an episode for the podcast. I don't have to. I could have left it, but it felt better to me to do it today. And also, I felt a bit of like, kicking and screaming coming up when I got the email and about the storm. And then I was like, what can I really do? Like, if I am not meant to if I'm not going to be there for the full 2 days, like, does it really matter? No, it doesn't. It's really just a stop in between. Now, I've not been to Miami, so I thought it's kind of cool, and I'm excited to see my first sunset by the ocean. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. So there's no need to kick and scream, and I can just be in surrender, and I can just trust that American Airlines will tell me what's up. And if I have to make a change, and if I have to adjust my travel plans, change my hotel, whatever, like, it'll be fine. Like, things are going to work out. And in the meantime, I can allow myself to do the things that make me feel supported, like recording the episode now, making sure my team's ready to go now, so I can really have the next couple of days and the next week to really play and enjoy. So kicking and screaming is the highest for me personally, and that's what I see with my clients. Excuse me, sneezing. When there is no support in place, when there's no strategy in place, when there's no structure in place, when we don't allow ourselves to do the things that would make our life more simple, our business more simple, our things more streamlined, that is when the kicking and screaming is the biggest. It's almost like we're resisting just this one thing that we have to do to get there, but it requires us often to do something differently. So how often are you resisting the thing that you have to do differently that would get you what you want? I think this is a really, really big one. What is that for you? And how often do you even still find yourself kicking and screaming when you have the support because you're sort of fighting the support? Notice that. Notice that. I think that this is a really, really key piece around receiving. But it's also going to open up so much energetic capacity, so much mental space when you stop resisting so much, when you stop kicking and screaming so much, and you allow to look at things and be like, okay, in what ways can I be more supported? What can I have in place to help me feel more supported? Who do I maybe want to bring on to my team or to help me through mentorship and coaching as we head into 2023 to feel more supported? Because at the end of the day, if you are looking to build a 6 or multi-6-figure business or 7 or 8-figure business, you are not going to be doing it alone. And you're going to be embracing the support. And in order to be able to not just get there once, but hold it and continuously repeat it and have a business model that is a rinse and repeat, and that builds and scales naturally in flow without burning you out, you will need to embrace the support. And the more you can let go of the kicking and screaming along the way, the faster things can come in, the faster things can grow, the faster things can get easier for you. So how often are you kicking and screaming? And look, I am not immune to this. I am not immune to this. I find myself kicking and screaming when I make changes and adjustments. And then I get to the other side of it and I'm like, wow, okay, we could have kicked and screamed a little bit less. And as I become more aware and have the clarity around that too, it becomes less and less and less and less. I'm more likely to be like, okay, let's take a breath here. Let's breathe through this bit of discomfort, the bit of resistance, and let's make sure that I'm allowing myself to be supported. I know what I'm doing. I know what's coming up. I know what the plan is because I'm a strategist and I have that in place for my business. So it's actually very simple for me to sit down and be like, boom, here's the content that I'm excited about sharing in the next few weeks. Here's what I want to have go out in terms of the sale that's coming up for my Build Your Business, Launch Your Business bundle. That's it. Exciting times, right? And it feels really good to know that there is that support, because what I'm continuously after is space opening up, time opening up. So I am able to show up above and beyond what I've already planned, and I am able to be really intentional, but I'm also having the space, time, and capacity to serve the number of clients that I'm looking to serve as we're heading into the latter half of 2022 and then through 2023. I am really excited to fill the strategic mastermind with 10 beautiful entrepreneurs that is coming back. It is going to be ongoing enrollment starting January. So I always want to have 10 people coming into it. I'm excited about filling my one-to-one practice with incredible clients who want to hire not just a coach and mentor, but who also want to tap into my genius and hire me as a creator and a CEO to create them scalable business models and all those beautiful things. And I desire to really have a lot of beautiful humans and souls coming into the Confident CEO Club. I'm offering monthly mastermind sessions in that now, and then all my self-paced program. So I'm really ready to welcome a much larger number of people into my world. And it feels so good to know that I am good to go, and that what happened in the summer with my capacity and not like really struggling to be able to show up for it won't happen, because I have the team support, because I've changed the business model, because I've put on some better processes and systems that I needed for my business to be more scalable. And that feels really good to me, because now I know not only can I grow, but I can also hold it, and I can do it with less kicking and screaming. And I can rest assured too that if there is changes happening, like changing flights or, God, like who knows, where I'll be throughout 2023, but it feels really good to know that those pieces are in place. And it feels good to know that this reminder also that on the other side of the kicking and screaming, on the embracing support more, is also that opening up, the receiving, the really being supported from, through our strategies, systems, and processes, but also feeling really supported spiritually, feeling really guided there, and being able to really be in the intuitive space. Because we need silence, space, peace, and relaxation to be able to really tap in and tune in and be really connected. And that piece, that safety and security that comes from knowing that we are moved by something that is much bigger than us, is the ultimate safety to me. It's the ultimate safety. There is a part of me that is very, very devoted to continue nurturing that connection, the light, and all I feel on that. But it requires me to have space and time. So I can't be bogged down with stuff. So what can I do to allow more support in? What can I put in place? When can I be proactive to make sure I set myself up so that I can really enjoy and be in the moment? And sometimes that requires us to get past the kicking and screaming and just do the things and then be like, wow, look at that. That feels so good. And that is what I see with my clients when they get more, it's not even more organized, but just when they're getting more strategic around what they're doing, whether that's what content they're posting, how they're guiding clients through their businesses, how they're showing up online, how much space they're taking up for themselves, where they're focusing on their self-care, the decisions that they're making, the resistance that they're moving past, and what opens up for them when they're really allowing themselves to do the work and put it in place. So the short-term discomfort, the short-term kicking and screaming, you are in charge. The more you can surrender and the more you can breathe through this, the shorter this period of kicking and screaming will be. That means the less energy you're going to consume in that time. And then you can put the thing in place or hire the person if that is the case, and get the support that you desire and want to be able to do the thing that allows you to get what it is that you ultimately want. So there is an action, there is an effort that's required. Stay focused on that. Know the resistance we go. Less kicking and screaming and more focusing on, now we're back to focus, what we're actually trying to create, and then embrace it. And if I get to be a part of that for you, if I get to create for you, if I get to come in and be a CEO for you and really help take some of those pieces off so you don't have to spend capacity and a dedicated capacity on doing that in any way or form, or if I can be a mentor for you as we're heading into 2023, I would absolutely love that. And you can always reach out to me, DM me on my Instagram or on my social media at Theresa Lambert Coaching, or Facebook and LinkedIn. You find me on Theresa Lambert. All the social links are always below. But yeah, if I can be a part of your business, of your journey in 2023, or as we're finishing 2022, don't hesitate to reach out and let's have a conversation around what's next for you and how I may support you so you can do less kicking and screaming. So this is a wrap. If all goes well, when all goes well, I'm having a lot of like adjusting of language today for myself. This is interesting. When all goes well with my flight to Miami, I'll be in Miami for 2 full days, extra pool time for me. And then next week, when this episode airs, I'll be in the jungle at the For the Wild Femme retreat. I'm sure a million ideas and things are going to come through. I'm so excited. And here I am. I'm heading off. So we had another episode from Buenos Aires. This was a good one. I did it without kicking and screaming and just said, this feels better. This feels more supported to do this now. And who knows? I might have an episode squeezing in from Miami if I feel like it. And if I don't, then the next episode that you will see will be from Costa Rica, from the jungle, which is also going to be epic. So I am excited. Here we go. 2 countries I'm visiting this month alone. And then we'll be heading off to a 3rd country before the year's over. Oh my goodness. It's like you're coming, traveling with me. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I'm forever grateful. Truly am. And this podcast means so much to me. So thank you. Thank you. Feeling the gratitude today, and I will chat with you soon.